Saddling up for another big spring at the Murrumbidgee Turf Club. Wagga again proving itself as a major horse racing city, with a full lineup of events for the annual Spring Racing Carnival.
We've just come off the back of a very, very miserable winter. I think everyone's over the cold weather and we can't wait for the spring that lies ahead.
Aggies Race Day will kick off the season on September 20, before charities including Can Assist and Raising Hope with Steph take centre stage on separate days in October.
And what I love most is the fact that there is a charity component in almost all of those days. There's something different for everybody at every day.
The 6 race days injecting money into the city's economy as a whole, with out-of-towners expected and local milliners and designers set to dress racegoers with their colourful creations.
When I first started doing millinery and sold my first pieces, when I came to the races here, I was just like a little kid in a lolly shop. I thought, wow, look at that.
The event also marking the start of the search for the next faces of the carnival, who will become the ambassadors for the 2026 Wagga Gold Cup.
Oh look, it gets yourself out there, you meet new people, you have fun at the races, it's a great day and the whole program itself is lovely.
So we're looking for a bright, bubbly personalities to come forward and interact with on our big major race days, particularly Gold Cup.
Applications are now open on the MTC's website, with the new faces to be decided on November 29. Georgia Robinson, Win News. Marching to the beat of the Kapuka Army Band. Wagga's Defence Force doing their final run-through as they prepare to walk through the city tomorrow for the Freedom of Entry Parade.
This allows us to march through the main street with swords drawn, bayonets fixed and with weapons to show the community that we are here to support them.
It's the first time in a decade the parade is taking place, as Wagga's Royal Australian Air Force Base celebrates its 85th anniversary.
It is particularly special because of the history between Wagga Wagga and RAF Base Wagga. They've grown up around each other since World War II.
Local Jaylyn Miles honoured to participate in the event and be a role model for young boys and girls with their eyes on a career in defence.
It's really incredible. Seeing marches as a kid growing up here, it's part of the reason why I joined the Defence, and now to be able to be that person for somebody else, it's an absolute privilege.
The highlight for him will be hosting and escorting Wiradjuri elder Auntie Mary throughout the day.
It feels again incredible. The amount of influence that I get to have, like I said, it's an absolute privilege.
This group behind me is just a handful of the 500 defence personnel who will take part in this rare military tradition and march down Baylor Street tomorrow.
This event is for the citizens of Wagga Wagga and we will be saluting them on the day.
Sailors, soldiers and aviators will begin the parade just before 11. Georgia Robinson, Win News. Working to deliver 5-star care in what staff say is now a 5-star facility.
People in rural communities and regional communities deserve good care as well, because we see often that they focus on the cities.
Respect Woodhaven in Lockhart has been under construction for the past 18 months, working to deliver multiple upgrades including 8 additional bedrooms, a new kitchen and dining space and a hairdresser.
We were working with a very small, not fit for purpose kitchen, so to add a state-of-the-art stainless steel kitchen with walk-in cool room, so it's just amazing.
The now upgraded facility, an investment into aged care in the town and the region, with local leaders saying older community members deserve to grow old in their hometowns.
Why shouldn't people who have grown up in Lockhart all their lives have ageing in place?
Hundreds of people at the official opening today representing the impact of the expansion on the community.
It's very comforting to know that something like this is here and it will be here forever, and when you do need it you can go in your local community.
General Manager Lisa Krebsar, who has been a Lockhart local her whole life, says the investment benefits not only the older generations, but also the younger ones looking to get into the aged care sector.
It means that younger people can stay and find work. We're happy to train them, and that our older generation can, of course, live out their twilight years still in their community.
Georgia Robinson, Win News. As youth crime persists in our region, the success of the Riverina's early intervention programs are again in the spotlight.
We hear a lot about youth and difficulties with youth and youth crime, and this is just something that's working. It's working in our community.
The Cockatoo Initiative working to support families and children with issues including anger and emotional regulation. Their primary focus working closely with kids aged 11 to 12 alongside their families and most often schools.
Our decisions that we make with them are for them, so we might advocate with education to do things differently where they don't have a voice.
The latest crime stats show between April last year and March this year in Wagga, alleged male offenders aged between 10 and 17 committed 207 offences, and alleged female offenders the same age committed 90 offences. Premier Chris Minns acknowledging the strengthened bail laws aren't the solution to addressing youth crime.
It's not a long-term solution, and we don't want to arrest our way out of our challenges for at-risk youth across regional New South Wales.
But rather early intervention to prevent incarceration. The government today recognising the importance of programs like the Cockatoo Initiative with a multi-million-dollar funding boost.
It's enormous. It's a real opportunity to put a few things in place for the next couple of years. We know what we do works.
This is all about rehabilitation, getting kids on the right path and letting them know that the world's their oyster.
The Premier also speaking with the community's youth justice leaders on what other improvements can be made to support the Riverina's youths.
If we really just sit and see what's the narrative for that young person and really just wrap that flexible support around them, then we can really change the statistics.
Georgia Robinson, Win News. The Sturt Highway is a key freight route across southwest New South Wales, but it also accounts for multiple crashes and fatalities each year.
A terrible thing to be looking at those sorts of statistics and realising there's a whole stack of people behind those stats and families who are changed forever. 8
councils across the Riverina, including Wagga, Narrandera, Leeton, Hay, Murray River, Balranald, Wentworth and Murrumbidgee, are now taking action. They've created the Sturt Highway Task Force with the aim of addressing these safety concerns.
We were trying to get a renewed focus on it that is current rather than what has been historical. It's been viewed as a lesser highway.
15 key priority areas have been identified, including greater funding for an audit of overtaking lanes, rest areas every 40 kilometres, and lobbying for a bypass around multiple towns, including Wagga.
Being proactive in looking on what we're trying to put in place rather than being reactive when things go pear-shaped.
Wagga's known as a bottleneck for trucking. We need to get the trucks out of the main highway coming through the centre of Wagga.
The task force also lobbying to flood-proof the highway 365 days a year and have significant investment in pavement repairs. Wagga residents agreeing the road needs significant work.
Lower the speed limit, I think is a good idea, and more signage.
More designated spots for the trucks to pull over, so they can have a decent rest.
It's a long process. If they got it off the ground, it would be a starting point because it's not going to happen overnight.
The task force is working alongside Transport for New South Wales and government representatives to advocate for change. Georgia Robinson, Win News. Troy Maiden had just run a marathon when he was diagnosed with melanoma.
Yeah, it was very confronting, if I'm honest with you. I suppose my overriding emotion was I didn't know what the future would look like.
In remission now, he's passionate about sun safety.
My main message is just to be smart when you're outside, but also that it can happen to anybody.
Alongside Annette St. Clair, who lost her daughter Amy at just 23 to melanoma.
Losing a daughter at such a very young age is heartbreaking.
They're sharing their stories with high school students in the hopes of changing the statistics. Research showing sunburn during childhood increases the risk of melanoma as an adult.
Melanoma is a preventable cancer, and it's all about being sensible, being safe in the sun.
The sun safety program's taking place in the lead up to summer to educate young people on the risks and how they can protect themselves.
The key things I've learned is that tanning is bad for you. I actually didn't know that.
The overall aim of the program to empower students to make changes at their schools.
At school I noticed that there's not much shade on the oval while playing sports, so I thought maybe after this session that I could go ahead and change some policies about hats, sunscreen and shade.
Georgia Robinson, Win News.